The roar of the crowd, a smiling president, and then the gunfire. In mere seconds, America lost its leader, and the world was left with a question that haunts history to this day. Who really killed John F. Kennedy? Was it a lone gunman or something far more sinister? And why did the CIA remain silent? More than 60 years after John F. Kennedy's assassination, the 2025 JFK files are here, all thanks to U.S. President Donald Trump. But do they finally answer the haunting questions, or are they raising new ones? Tonight, we dive into the most explosive revelations that could change everything we thought we knew. On November 22, 1963, President John F. Kennedy was assassinated while riding in a presidential motorcade through Dealey Plaza in Dallas, Texas. He was in an open-top limousine with First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy, Texas Governor John Connally, and Connally's wife, Nellie. As the motorcade passed the Texas School Book Depository, shots rang out. Kennedy was struck and fatally wounded. The president was rushed to Parkland Memorial Hospital, where he was pronounced dead approximately 30 minutes later. For decades, Americans have been told one thing: Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. The Warren Commission closed the case, and history moved on. But in 2025, newly declassified files have reignited the firestorm of conspiracy, suspicion, and shocking new details. These revelations suggest that the truth may have been deliberately buried for years. The real question is, why and who was behind it? CIA involvement. Perhaps the most chilling revelation, declassified memos show that the Central Intelligence Agency was alarmed by Oswald's movements before the assassination. He had visited Soviet and Cuban embassies, and a CIA officer flagged him as a threat. Yet shockingly, higher-ups ignored the warning. Was this negligence or complicity? A second shooter. Witness testimonies in the files suggest what many have long suspected, that there was more than one gunman. The grassy knoll theory is no longer just speculation. Ballistics data and suppressed statements indicate a high probability that JFK was hit by more than just Oswald's bullets. If true, this shatters the lone gunman narrative. The Mafia connection. New wiretaps reveal mob bosses discussing the need to take care of Kennedy. The files even suggest a shocking coalition: rogue CIA elements, anti-Castro Cubans, and the Mafia banding together in a lethal conspiracy. Raising question: was JFK's push against organized crime the reason he was eliminated? Shady CIA ties. One document links CIA officer George Joannides to funneling $25,000 to an anti-Castro group connected to Oswald. Why was a government agency financially entangled with the alleged assassin? And why did the CIA intensify surveillance on Oswald, but take no action? Chilling FBI warning. One newly surfaced file reveals that the FBI received a phone call predicting Oswald's own murder before Jack Ruby shot him. Someone knew, someone wanted to silence him, and someone succeeded. Raising the question, was Oswald just a pawn in a much larger game? Perhaps the most damning revelation comes from a CIA intelligence asset, Gary Underhill. In an unredacted file, Underhill claimed that a small clique within the CIA was responsible for the assassination, a direct accusation from an intelligence insider. Underhill fled Washington in fear, only to turn up dead, a gunshot to the head ruled a suicide. Was this coincidence, or was he silenced? After all these years, after layers of secrecy and deception, we must ask, have we finally uncovered the truth, or are we staring at another smokescreen? If these files tell us anything, it's that the case of JFK's assassination was never fully resolved. It was managed, controlled, hidden. And if the CIA was involved, why did it take over 6 decades for the world to even glimpse the truth? So the question remains, have we been lied to all along? And if we have, who still holds the real truth? The files may be out, but the mystery is far from over. The only question is, will we ever uncover it all?